Hello and welcome to a game of Dota 2. We are in the Neolution GosuCup Asia. We are with Dreamz and with Zenith. This is the loser bracket. A best of one loser goes home with nothing. There's 4 teams still left in this competition. We are with 4 teams, and these 2 teams have just lost their first matches in the winners bracket. So Zenith lost to Muneski, Dreamz lost to Rising Stars, and now they're here fighting for a chance to stay alive and to get at least a bit of the prize pool, because the number 4 doesn't get anything. Number 3 gets $200, I believe. Number 2 gets $300. Number 1 gets $500. And one of these 2 teams could be taking it home if they end up winning all their matches from now on. Of course, the person that will be here with me casting it today is Skim. Welcome.
Welcome, and hi, thank you for having me.
Hi.
Glad to be back.
Yeah, my Skype actually crashed when I tried to call you earlier, so that's why. And did you manage to catch the previous game?
Yes, I did. Not your game, sadly, because I was casting the other game, but was it good? I tuned in for the last,
It was 17 minutes long. There were 2 rapiers.
Oh.
It was good. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I saw the gold graph, a glimpse of the gold graph. It was pulled back by a bit.
Yeah, it was like even, and then it was going towards the dire at the end, and Muneski ended up taking it. It was a really fun game. And
yeah,
by the way, Muneski wasn't the team with the 2 rapiers.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
In the end, they were sitting in the inventory of the GyroCups there.
Ooh.
But GyroCups with 2 rapiers can't stop megas, apparently. So they had a pudge. Muneski, or
really?
Zenith, that is. Zenith had a pudge and a wisp, and it didn't really work out for them. So I'm kind of curious to see if they're gonna try it again. They already went for a different type of approach, though. They picked up a Train Protector. I mean, the bans are not too surprising, I guess. Visage, just a very strong support, as we saw in the previous game as well. Bed Rider, Darkseer. The only one that I'm kind of surprised by is the Nyx Assassin.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels like these Asian teams really value the Nyx Assassin super high. I've seen him bend out the whole time throughout the first ban stage. Zenith, as you mentioned, picked up the Train Protector. I'm expecting a Slark pick at this point. They've been playing that for the whole day yesterday. And now that I say that, they pick up an Invoker.
Well, I gotta try new things all the time. Having Pudge mid, Invoker mid. And, well, Invoker mid, I kinda... Like, I like watching Invoker, and Ice Invoker is definitely a treat, right? But there's a reason he's not picked up that much anymore. And on the laning stage, he just doesn't win against the Queen of Pain. His last hitting is really tough to do. He's kind of forced to go into Exort, or at least pick up a Blaze of Attack. He's forced to get pulled, basically, if you want to stay alive against the Queen of Pain. And even later on in the game, I mean, 1 Orchid, and he's useless.
Yeah, he played the matchup yesterday as well. He did fairly well, but as you mentioned, they had to pull him region, because otherwise he wouldn't be able to give up. And I don't know, I feel like, especially if you go Exort, you're really heavily reliant on hitting those Sunstrikes, at least in the early game. Later on, of course, you have a ton of other spells, but, well, Ice as Ice, he managed to hit a lot yesterday, and I'm looking forward to see more of that, because, I don't know, as you mentioned, I think Invoker's a fun hero to watch.
Yeah, very sure. And of course, it was one of his signature heroes. It probably still is, actually, a while back. So it's gonna be fun to watch regardless. And if you have a Train Protector on your team, your solo lanes are gonna be profiting from that, like, heavily. That means that you maybe not even need to get pulled, purely because you can count on that regen coming off from Living Armor Train Protector. But we'll see how they do that. Queen of Pain picked up Clockwork, kind of solid lanes so far from Dreamz, and not really anything spectacular or surprising, but also not really giving anything away about what they're gonna be doing. We have a Gyro and a Wisp still getting banned out. There were 2 heroes that Zenith had in the previous game, so hereby denying it to Zenith. And we have an Alchemist and a Weaver getting banned out by Zenith, and both pick up a support. That is good for setting up things. We've got a Telekinesis and a Disruption.
Yeah, the Shadow Demon and the Train Protector pickup is something that Quantic has been doing for like the past month, and really successfully, so it's really annoying to play against that. I mean, how are you going to kill someone in a team fight if there's Living Armor Disruption? I mean, you're not getting to that hero, and it's really great, especially when you have an Invoker who's really, well, you can kill him actually quite easily, so yeah, a lot of defensive power here coming out from Zenith.
And the thing that actually we've seen in the Western scene more, I mean, obviously I'm casting more Western games than Eastern games, is that The one thing that you can do against a Train Protector, unless it's Quantic's Train Protector, is that you can put an aggressive Trilane against him, because he kind of can't do anything then. He'll be forced to use his regen on the Trilane, his living armor, and that means that your other 2 solo lanes will at least get a bit of a even ground to play in. Otherwise, you're gonna have to write them off almost instantly anyway. And he's just, I mean, he can't do anything early in the game apart from living armor and heal.
That's true. That's definitely true. But the thing is, I mean, it can definitely work, and I've seen it work as well. So that's not the problem. But with the Shadow Demon and the Train Protector, that Trilane is also going to have a lot of defensive power. I mean, of course, you're going to shut down Trian's impact on the other lanes, but you're not. Well, you're really unlikely to get a kill on that lane as well. And if Dreamz really want to go aggressive, I think they have to pick up the Keeper of the Light right now. But they pick up a draw.
Yeah.
What?
Well, I do like the Rubik Sand King combination, because, I mean, like every caster always says, like, if there's a Sand King on a Trilane situation, it's great, but you have to wait until he gets level 3 to get his bit of extra range on his Burrow Strike. But if there's a Rubik, he can just drop down targets right into the face of the Sand King, and the Burrow Strike will still be there. So I like that. And then there's a Drow Ranger. I think I like that too. It's just that right now I'm thinking they're especially compared to Dreamz, their lack of shutdown, lack of disable is kinda troublesome right now. Because Drow Ranger is great late game if she got farm, which she can with the Train Protector, but very squishy. Glass Cannon all the way.
Yeah, but I think they picked her because of the silence as well. I mean, the silence is really nice to have against all of these heroes right now. Especially against the Queen of Pain, shutting her down. You don't really need the lockdown if you can silence her. She's not going to get away anyway, so I guess that's okay, but it's still a risky pick to say the least. I mean, this is a best of 1, so the loser of this game will go out, and Zenith pull out an Invoker and a Drow Ranger. They have to be really confident with this.
Yeah, I mean, they just lost against the Pinoy team, right? Mineski Pinoy team, Dreamz Pinoy team, you want to try it again, and I mean, it's like you said, I mean, you're gonna go home, you're with 4 teams in... Hello, Enigma. You're with 4 teams in a double elimination bracket. You've got 2 games, basically 2 chances every single time, and I mean, if you end up going out first, you don't get anything. You don't even get to have your team saying, they got 4th in GosuCup Asia, Neolution number 7. And, I mean, you don't even get that. You get if you get 3rd or 2nd, but no 4th, you get nothing. No credit, no honor, no gold. Money, rather.
Yeah, exactly. And, I mean, that's not what you want to play for. And I guess Zenith really feels comfortable with this. Maybe this is some sort of pocket strat they have been training with. And, I mean, Zenith is, after all, one of these teams that can pull off some crazy shit. So, yeah. Can you believe it, by the way, that Lifestealer made it through to the last pick? I mean,
it's quite surprising, especially since there already were so many setups. I mean, they ended up taking out the Spectre rather than the Lifestealer in the end. Zenith, that is. They took out a carry, of course. That was the one thing that Dreamz still needed. But they ended up taking out a Spectre rather than Lifestealer. We'll see how it goes, though. Maybe, I mean, Lifestealer is a bit... He has to get to his target, right? And that's the whole thing about Drow. She can probably just slow him down enough. I mean, Rage will only last for so long. At the same time, on the lane, this Lifestealer is not gonna feel the difference between the nerf that he had and like right now. Because Open Wounds, he has got 2 setups basically, and the Telekinesis and the Burrow Strike, and he'll be able to walk up to his target, Open Wounds, and then still hit. So that shouldn't make a difference for them. They could actually try to run this aggressive, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. As you mentioned, the nerf on Lifestealer is really not that great. It's not that well, important if you have someone to set it up, and that's why he's usually picked up with like a Rubik and the Shadow Demon now to set it up. And Open Wounds is still a really great spell. The slow is really annoying to play against. Guess I'm going to introduce Zenith now.
Okay.
And you can have Dreamz. It's Ice playing the Shadow Demon, XY on the Enigma, Yamate on the Drow Ranger, Ice, as we mentioned, on his signature Invoker, and Freedom playing the Train Protector.
Yeah, of course, on the side of Dreamz, we have got the Clockwork, so they are going to run him on the Suicide lane. Going to be played by Primo Naj. I don't know how to pronounce that. We've got Ryo. Wow, I can't pronounce these names. Playing the Queen of Pain. Do you have a better way to pronounce that?
Not really. I just keep. No, I just.
Let's call him Rye.
Yeah,
Rye
exactly.
is nice. We've got Fox playing the Rubik. It will be Yosh, who is a bot this game, who will be playing the Sand King, and Doc is on the Lifestealer. So this is a safe trial. I really love that Sand King skin, by the way.
It looks really
cool.
good, yeah.
Actually,
There's only a few cosmetics on Sand King that actually look good.
yeah, and this one looks kind of awesome. He gets extra eyes, always. More eyes to see. But yeah, pretty standard lineup then for Dreamz, or at least pretty safe. I'm not sure if that's the right move in this case, because I think like when late game hits, or even if Drow gets a good time, when mid game hits, it will be very tough for Dreamz if they don't have an as good of a start. But on the bright side, they'll have their Lifestealer free farming as well, because there's nobody going to that top lane for Zenith. They run their Enigma in the jungle, and they run their Treant Protector probably in the jungle slash safe lane as well, just to help out living armors. Creeps if you can, and they run a safe tri-lane slash dual lane. So middle lane is the only lane that we're gonna see some action, and even there I don't think we're gonna see any action, because living armor is gonna prevent that from happening.
That's true, but I think if they, as soon as Sand King and Rubik hit level 3, I think they're going to rotate, at least try to, with the smoke. I think they can kill this, the Invoker, but it's definitely going to be tough. The living armor is really annoying to play against. And XY, he's not even attempting to go onto the offlane, he's just immediately heading towards the jungle.
Gonna be the best way for him. I mean, he couldn't deny creeps there, but I think they actually want to try and get himself that blink dagger or mechanism fast, so that they can actually start fighting before Dreamz can start fighting. Perhaps I'm actually not entirely sure, but we know that Zenith is a team that likes to fight early, so I'm kind of expecting that to happen here as well, Drow Ranger or not, as Clockwork is gonna get slowed down here a lot. He won't be able to get that much. And with that living armor, I mean, I just said like the middle lane is the only one that we're gonna see some one-on-one action. With that Treant living armor, there's no way that Ice can lose this lane.
Basically.
He might play even, but losing, no. Unless there's a big mistake made.
Yeah, if he gets too greedy and dies, he might be able to die, but overall he should really not be actually losing this lane, as you mentioned. Queen of Pain also just can't really. I mean, she's trying to harass him all the time, but it's basically futile. And yeah.
Yeah, and look at the harassment getting thrown back and forth. And this is actually an invoker that has gone Exort. Actually gets harassed a lot here. Hello, living armor. Hi. Yeah. Okay. That's that.
It's really weird though that he just used his self when there was still Shadow Strike on him.
Yeah. I think maybe a bit panicky, not trusting living armor enough.
Basically. You have to trust it. Trust it, man.
Trust your teammate to cast it in time. We had a bit of a rotation. Shadow Demon went actually towards the bottom lane behind the tier 1 tower, but Clockwork able to just stand next to his tower and be fairly safe. No go for Zenith. I mean, it's fairly early on to try and go for that, to be fair. Drow Ranger needs to be at least level 6, and even if she doesn't, having at least maybe a race band or something to do some extra damage would be required. She actually picks up a Tranquils first, so she can be on the lane by herself, and that will allow the supports to just get everything in the jungle, and it can allow also Yamate to last it in under the tower. She can take harassment and she can heal up again. Doesn't really need to take that living armor away from Ice in that mid lane with that item.
Yeah, this is really important because so far the lane has been pushed because Yamate couldn't stand completely under the tower. And Clockwork has been spamming his rockets, so disrupting all those poles. And this lane is not working out too well for them because Clockwork is disrupting them heavily while Lifestealer is getting free farm on the top lane.
Yeah. We see. I mean, if you compare the last hits between those two, of course, Drow Ranger versus Lifestealer is the case here. As we have got a gank set up, by the way, with the smoke here. But yeah, I mean, there's 10 last hits difference. They're gonna try to go for Ice though. Let's see if they can get him. He is fast enough to get away, I think, or not with the haste rune. Bursak misses. It's only level 2. It's not enough, and he's actually going to be in some troubles. The first blood goes to the Rubik in the end as XY came in and Rubik was helping with a dive there. They might go for more. That's going to be a Sand King in some trouble. The Cold Snap was there. Here comes Ice as well. Disruption, Soul Catcher. That is 2 kills going the way of Zenith. No doubt about that. Double kill for XY even. And if we were talking about a fast mechanism or a blink, well, he's gonna have them extra fast. Taking a double kill, including the first blood, gonna be great for him.
Yeah, and we talked about Ice Ice Ice. He can only die when he makes mistakes, but the same applies to Dreamz. Oh, Ice Ice Ice.
Yeah, still in some trouble, but look at that turnaround. Look at those Eidolons! That's still a kill for Ice Ice Ice, and then it's all of a sudden 3-0. And Dreamz, I mean, they were in no trouble whatsoever. They brought this on themselves. Like you said, they made the mistake here.
Yeah, they got too greedy. I mean, 3 heroes dived past the tier 1 tower and 2 actually went to the tier 2. That was just too greedy. And I mean, Sand King is just level 3. His burst strike is not too long, and he still attempted it. That was really ballsy, and they paid for it.
You pay for it heavily. You can't dive at this stage. Not when there is a Treant Protector there to give living armor. Treant Protector, by the way, is rotated top. Now we all know that I mean, Treant Protectors, they can offlane in theory. He actually got level 4 there already, so it's not going that bad.
Yeah, and he leveled one point in Nature's Guise, which you usually don't see, but if he stays on this lane, that's really smart. Just staying here, soaking up XP. They didn't buy any, well, they do have 2 sentries still, but they don't expect him to be up here.
And you can just hide and get some experience. Get that level 7 fast. I mean, you don't need anything past level 7 if you're Treant Protected. Just that living armor will allow your team to be
mid lane, black hole.
Yeah. So, well, Sunstrike will be there as well. Nicely placed as well. Just on the edge so that the range scripts wouldn't take any damage from it, so it wouldn't get split. But a very clean, secure kill. And I mean, Xpy, he just walked up there, started casting, and that was. I don't think that that the Queen of Pain was really expecting anything like that. And it is indeed a fast mechanism up on XY, so they want to fight fast.
Yeah, it's a good item to have. It's a really good item to have. It completely negates most of the support spells, and also like Queen of Pain Sonic Wave's not going to do much when there's a mech to heal everything up afterwards. So it's a good item to have early on.
Yeah, and this way Zenith is looking clear to go for this win. I mean, they need to win this if they want to continue going here, and they have a great start here. If they start fighting before this Lifestealer is too big, or big enough to do anything with it, they're gonna be having such a major head start, and I mean that mechanism will help out a lot, because who is gonna build the mechanism up on Dreamz? Is it gonna be Clockwork? You kind of want him, you kind of need him to build something that's a bit more aggressive if Zenith is indeed already gonna fight this. As we see that Dreamz is pushing a bit on this tier 1 top. There's nobody coming in to defend, even though of course Freedom is still sitting here soaking up some experience. He managed to get level 5. They have no idea he's there though, but they will soon if he shows himself. Actually, no, he doesn't show himself.
Yeah, I like the point you made about the mech. I mean, Dreamz, really, they don't have a mech player. I mean, Clockwork can, but naturally you kind of want at least Arcane Boots and maybe even a Force Staff on a Clock. And the supports like Sand King and Rubik, ideally they want Blink and Force Staff as well, just to have that initial additional range of initiation.
I like this from Zenith. I mean, Dreamz doesn't really have a very high push lineup, but they're still trying. There were 3 people here trying to fight up against that living armor. They can't go every single time because they need to wait for waves, and they take quite a long time to take down the waves as well. It goes so incredibly slow.
Yeah, and now they even popped the glyph to slow them down.
Oh wow, this is so much wasted time. I mean, they're not even giving all the last hits to the Lifestealer, because he's. I mean, there's burst like some Fate Balls, just trying to take out the creeps as fast as possible. In the meantime, Zenith is going to show them how it's done. They've got those Eidolons. They should be able to take this tower very fast. And that will put the towers even, because the tower still of course went down in the end. Oh, Sunstrike will just go for... Wow, that's a dead Sand King. Burrow Strike misses. That's going to be 1. They still take down the Enigma though. Sonic Wave being used for that. But wow, I just... Like, that Sand King. Like, okay. You know? TPing into the Sunstrike. Couldn't do anything. The Burrow Strike even was basically a panicky Burrow Strike.
Yeah, basically. He was just trying to escape desperately. And Ice Ice now picks up his Midas. It's a really important item on the Invoker. I mean, even though he has a solo lane, you really want those fast levels on an Invoker,
yep. So
the Invoke gets a lower cooldown. And yeah, it's a good item to have. He immediately picks it up and gets a creep in the jungle.
Yeah, and of course as well as just to get those 2 Force Spirits up instead of just 1 to even push faster. If they indeed want to fight early, which I think we still should assume they want to, then that's really needed. Meantime, Drow Ranger is of course level 8, has just been free farming, and right now Zenith's team... whoa, wait a second, that's gonna be Rubik in some trouble, still getting chased down. The Flare might be able to help out though, but the Shadow Poison, yeah, that's gonna be enough. Nicely done by Ice, gets a Burrow Strike for his troubles. Hookshot in as well, but here comes Xby. He does actually have a Black Hole. He could try to go for it, but ends up not needing it. Dry Ranger coming in to take the last hit up on the clockwork, and this is... It feels like a bit like desperation from Dreamz. They're trying to get something to happen, but they can't go in one at a time anymore.
I was just gonna use the same word. It really looked like a desperate attempt to get at least some sort of kill on the support, and I felt really bad for them when the living armor came up and was like, okay, this is never going to happen.
This target is not gonna die. I mean, they still have the Black Ward, they have the mechanism, and I think Zenith at this time, I mean, they have a lineup that could do really well late game as well.
Yeah, definitely.
But I don't. They don't need to wait anymore. They are at this point very far ahead. We even have the Invoker now because of course because of the Hand of Midas and the fact that he's got 3 kills and 2 assists that do help. He is higher in net worth than the free farming Lifestealer.
Wow. Yeah, that is indeed. Well, he has a Midas, but yeah, it indeed goes to show how far they are ahead.
Yeah, including that there's on the top 4 of net worth, there's 3 there standing from Zenith and only 1 from Dreamz. It is just quite troublesome. Where's the Sunstrike? I hear it, I can't see it, it's frustrating. Burrow strikes, who hits up an Evoker Tower, still goes down, and Black Hole gets casted, gets 2. But the Sonic Wave does force them away in the end. Nobody dying apart from the Enigma. Overgrowth helping out, locking in. The Lifestealer is going to be enough to take him down. They also take down the Clockwork. Nice Berserk up on 2, but it's not going to be enough. And Rubik will end up going down as well. Double kill for Ice. Double kill for the Queen of Pain as well, though, as she ended up taking down the Treant Protector. We still have got Yamate looking for a kill here. Sand King will be dropping. There's no way he's going to get out of this one. And that's going to be a killing spree for Yamate. I mean, 4 people died there. The only one that stayed alive was the Queen of Pain. She did get a double kill, but right now she's the only one that things rely on for Dreamz. She's the one that's supposed to be getting this mid-game going for them so that Lifestealer can get some more time to get the farm up, and so far, it's not really working out.
Yeah, it's really not, and I'm not sure why Dreamz tried to take that fight. They really weren't in a position to do so. They do not have any really great items to fight with, except for the drums, which is not that great. And you mentioned the Force Spirits to push, but in the fight, the minus armor was so crucial. They just melted the Lifestealer. He was basically just a walking creep.
That's so painful, and I mean, the fact that he was there kind of slowed. Again, Dreamz, they want to go for it. They smoke up, have an infested Sand King. I don't know why. There's no black hole this time, but there is that mechanism. Maybe with an epicenter they can do something. There's the infest out. X-Spy is going to be the target. Rubik already dead though. Clockwork hooks in Invoker, but Invoker just starts casting spells, and that's going to be a Clockwork dead. That will be a triple kill for Ice as he also takes down a Lifestealer. Demonic Purge. Sand King tries to Burrow Strike out, but that one Shadow Poison will actually, maybe if there's, there's actually no mana. There he goes, never mind. That's still going to be enough to take him down. That's still going to be 4 heroes dead, and again the only one that lives, the Queen of Pain.
Yeah, that was just insane, and also great awareness by Ice to drop the ice wall there. It basically separated Dreamz, and when Lifestealer tried to escape, he just walked. He was so slow, but slow. Yeah. Did you see the items on Ice? Triple recipe for the Necro book.
Ha! That's gonna be hard push. Then they just want to make this a fast game. I mean, they just were in a 17-minute game. And it's like, okay, well, you know what? We're not gonna do that anymore. Let's go for a fast game this game. And I mean, they were on the right path. To be fair, look at that gold graph. It's just spiking up towards the 10k experience graph. Same story there. And if that Hand of Midas, or sorry, if that Necronomicon is gonna be finished anytime soon, I'm thinking they're gonna just continue going. And they've already taken out both tier 1 and tier 2 towers just with the last fight by taking that one. And it's looking pretty bad for Dreamz.
Yeah, and it feels like Zenith, if they really want to play great, they can. I mean, I remember yesterday, they played around midnight and they were like, oh guys, we're too tired, can we maybe postpone? We couldn't postpone, and they just picked the lineup and forced the GG by 18 minutes, just to go to bed early. So, these guys, if they want to play, they are going to play.
Yeah, and they're actually going to try to take down a tier 2. Might trade a tier 1 for it, because there are some people of Dreamz preparing for a fight middle. Perhaps we see already an aggressive ward being placed there, but they're not going to be in time, and the living armor will prevent them from having a bit of a taken down tower. I mean, the tower's already healed up again in the middle, so that will be tier 2 on the bottom going down. The Islands are there, and I mean, there's no way for... What do you think Dreamz should do at this situation?
I honestly don't have an idea. I mean, they don't have the best teamfight lineup. They really need a Blink on the SK, but he's light years away from having that at all, and they kind of need to pick off heroes, I feel like, but Zenith is not giving them the opportunity to, so what they can do maybe is farm up on the lifestealer, farm up with the Queen of Pain, get some crucial items like the Armlet finally, or maybe BKB on the Queen of Pain, and maybe then look for pickoffs, but yeah, Zenith, they're playing really well so far.
Yeah, and I mean, you mentioned pickups, and I fully agree, but Zenith, they know what Dreamz is supposed to be doing, and they're just grouping up. But now you're gonna get a pickoff if everybody is sticking together. Right now, Yamate is by himself, but he's almost got his BKB. He's level 11. There's no way that anybody of Dreamz can now be taking up a man fight with this Drow Ranger. It's just not possible. Lifestealer level 10. I mean, level difference is quite big. There's a level 12, a level 11, and level 10 are the 3 highest up on Zenith. 11, 10, and 7 are the 3 highest on Dreamz. They do manage to get a hookshot and they infest out though. Disruption is going to be there to save life. Overgrowth as well, and a black hole to finish it up. Gets interrupted. Telekinesis helping out. Nice burrow strike up on 2. Rubik and Lifestealer already down on the side of Dreamz though, and this is gonna be Zenith to try and take him back. XY still alive because of Living Armor. Epicenter will be casted, but it doesn't matter. That will be a kill going the way of Zenith. Nobody drops on Zenith, and that is the power of the mechanism and the Living Armor right there.
Yeah, I was just gonna make a point that picking off heroes is kind of hard with the Living Armor and Disruption, and that just goes to show Ice immediately disrupted himself when he got a hook, and they just couldn't kill him. In fact, they were even trapped by the cogs, and yeah, just Zenith too far ahead. There's no way for that Dreamz can come back from this.
And Rubik just died in that fight. He died just again. He is level 5. One of the great things about level 5 is that you don't have too much of a death timer. But this is not really working in his advantage right now. I mean, Rubik is such an important hero to get level 6. Even if you're behind on levels and you reach level 6, you'll be able to steal spells from your opponent team that are higher level than you are. So it doesn't really matter that much that you're level 6 or level 11 means more in that case. But level 5 on a Rubik is just, you know, it's a no-go.
Yeah, and he had so many great opportunities to actually steal something like Black Hole or Deafening Blast or something like that, but he just doesn't have the level. I mean, he even had the time to telekinesis XY, because XY, he doesn't have a BKB just yet, and his positioning was kind of, I don't want to say poor, but he was really open for any sort of disable. And if that had been a steal, that could have been the turnaround they needed, but yeah, there wasn't.
Nope. And then were all the outer towers gone, by the way. Also, of course, the middle racks gone on the side of Dreamz. That was in that fight. I mean, they, like, if Zenith wins the fight, they have a lot of push. Level 3 Necronomicon of Isis Eyes helping out there. Forged Spirits, Iolons. You've got the Drow that's definitely pulling out some big numbers as well. Been involved in 10 kills actually. And that's gonna be a Sand King. Ownage. I mean, it's 21-3. It's, like, unless there's gonna be some big throws from Zenith, it's theirs.
Nah, I think they're going to get the Aegis now, and with the Aegis they're going to just siege down either top or bottom lane, and there's nothing that Dream can actually do about it, because Zenith, their push is really strong with the Drow Ranger aura, with the Eidolons, with the Necronomicons, Forged Spirits. Well, they don't even need a Creep Wave, they just need the Creep Wave to remove the backdoor protection, and then they could just go into the base.
Yeah, I'm even already thinking like, oh well, this game is like really short. Did we actually pick up on the time that we had the previous game in? As in, we of course have a delay on schedule already because the previous game lasts so much longer. But we don't actually, we're still behind schedule. But yeah, Zenith is making good effort to try and make that not a case anymore. I mean, let's see. I think this is going to be Dream's last fight. They are smoking up. They're going to try to pincer this and try to go in from behind.
I think this backstab could work out wonders.
Oh, Courier, BKB on by Drow already though, pops the Manta as well. Goes up on the Lifestealer. Lifestealer, he's already dead before the fight starts if he's not careful. He tries to rage himself out, should be enough. Infest out. Fox will save the day here. Level 5 still though, Demonic Purge, he'll go down. And that's gonna be a very, very dead Lifestealer revealed. Monster kill, double kill by Yamate right now. GG gets called. They knew this was their last chance, and they're not gonna try and go for it anymore. Dreamz is out. No more chances for them.
Yeah, I feel really bad for them. I don't know. This game was just a domination. I mean, the beginning, the really early beginning, looked not too bad for them. They were basically winning their top lane. They were winning, well, not winning, but they.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, compared to the Drow, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it really felt like they could get something out of this, but then just some poor decision making, a bit
that
too
middle
overly
dive.
aggressive diving, exactly.
That's not
Oh,
gonna
well.
be enough. Oh well, indeed. We will see another game though, because this is of course GosuCup Asia from Neolution, sponsored by Neolution rather. And this is a double elimination with the 4 remaining teams. We started yesterday with over 240 teams, and there's only 4 teams remaining of those. All best out of 1, by the way, but double elimination for these 4 teams. Dreamz got their 2 chances, they are out. Zenith still has another game ahead of them, but first we'll see the winners bracket finals, and that will be Rising Stars taking on Mineski who took down Zenith, Rising Stars who took down Dreamz, and we're gonna see which one of those 2 teams will be raiding in the finals to wait for the winner of the loser bracket finals in the end. But let's just see who it will be, and of course which one of these opponents will be Zenith, because Zenith will move on to the next round and the loser of the winners bracket finals will be facing up against Zenith as well. So Zenith gets an hour of peace, and we're gonna see Rising Stars taking on Mineski, so stick around. More Dota 2 coming your way in just a moment. We are behind schedule still, so it will indeed be not too big of a break, so make sure you get yourself a fast drink if you want to, and we'll be right back with you, so stick around.